Let's see, how's everything working? I sound alright. Brilliant. You love to see it. Alright. Let's see how much I remember. Should be on the right settings for the mouse, so we should be able to do this properly. Was it CL underscore clock window 0 developer 1? Oh, no, it's not clock window. CL underscore show. Is that an H? Show FPS 1. Gosh, I've forgotten the commands. It's been too long. Yeah, CL underscore show FPS 1. Or did I already do that? There it is. Clock window 0. Developer 1. Brilliant. There we go. Alright. Let's just get into it, yeah? Okay, G-Hub, I see how it's gonna fucking be. Why'd you switch back to desktop default? Ay. That's brilliant. Where is it? There we go. Alright. What's going on, Spampton? Ooh.
If you don't win, I'm sucking your cock.
There we go. Slide along that. Blanker invited you to the Library of Babel and you're not going? Can't say I am, no. Ah, right. I think it's... Then you actually slide along this one, I think. I always slide against the opposite one, but I never do that one on the outside. Marriage in April. Marriage in April, EA 45. That's one way to lose energy. Marriage in April, EA 45. $58.33. Damn. 58.33. Don't have enough energy there. Oh, well. That's how it is, I suppose. Well, I mean, that's just what happens when the rust's still on. There we go. Alright. Oh. I don't even think that's faster. Be way faster just to dodge. Cry of Queer. So true. What's going on, Adamall? No. Is my sensitivity high? Oh well. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Pretty good, how about yourself? Eh. Been better, I think. But we're alive, you know? Glad you're doing well, though. Ooh. There we go. I missed. F4, drop that. Is that House on Simon's book? It very well is. Uh-oh. Good, you still have that. Boop. We actually made it through the door, which is just brilliant. I wasn't feeling like looping that door 3 times. $77.29. You beat Omega Flowey? Congrats. What's going on, Maldy? 3rd try? Not bad at all. Oh, I just butchered that, didn't I? Alright, not a bad Sara, though. I don't even remember what my secondary jump button is. I think I have... Oh, okay, that was the wrong door. I was thinking of the later door. Wait, no, I wasn't thinking of the later door. I got turned around. I didn't go through the door properly. This game's so bad, I love it. Come on. There we go. Am I still on alt, I think? Okay, it is still on alt. Wait, is it? Did I say space? Okay, so okay, so the other button's space that dodge is bound to then. My binds are completely fucked up. I did some experimenting a while ago. See if I can't find more efficient binds, but I never got too used to them, and obviously I'm used to the old ones now. Because I never got used to the new ones. Wait. Go faster than that. There we go. Good amount of health. Ooh, early one. I was actually having some problems earlier because I was trying to get my mouse to work to where I can like actually have enter bound on my mouse, which is kind of useful for this game, debatably. So I can get through cutscenes faster, but the fucking Logitech bullshit hub wasn't opening and I just couldn't do anything about it, so I had to go out of my way to like re-download the fucking application just so I can like even begin to try. It was rather annoying, but what are you gonna do? Take that. Sewer key, get. Ah. Hey, seal. I wish I was too. That's Science Magazine. Ah. Don't know if I quite get it, but fair. Ah, fuck, I didn't even do the speed way of doing it. Oh well. Fuck, I don't remember here. Okay. Why am I able to do that? Get my search. Awesome book, thanks. It's one on law. Yeah, what's going on, IDK? You alright? You sound upset? Could be better. I mean, it is what it is, though. I could have ran past him. I just fucking wasted that. Just wanted to check on ya. Understandable. Thanks for stopping in IDK. I missed the boost. Oh, well. I completely missed it there. Shame. Fuck. Huh? What did I hit, huh? Okay, I see. This is how it's gonna go. Gotta use space for this. The second jump's supposed to be the easy one. How did I fuck that up? There we go. Well, for all intents and purposes, that wasn't abysmal. You know, if you're just trying to make an attempt, much less, you know, actually play the game or whatever. Actually, no, I really shouldn't go for that. Why am I doing this? This is completely out of sequence.
Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. Who is this?
Where are you?
How did you get my number? Can you help me? What the fuck is going on in this town?
I need to speak to you, Simon. I'm up on the roof. Up this part.
You're... what? You're up on the roof? I can't hear what you're saying. Hello? Hello, are you still there?
Yo, what's going on, Friska?
Ah, shit.
What game is this? This is Cry of Fear. Stay. Ah, shit. Apparently I just can't boost myself. Not today, that is. You doing good? Could be better. House gaming, so true. What's going on, pea shooter? Fuck. Just drop, jump. Shit. I wasn't here because of french fries? Valid. Fuck. I wasn't here because french fries? Valid. Infected by ultra kills? I thought this game was ultra kill because low poly. It's a bit too far. I'm really dying here. Am I not? Really? This distance? Am I not hitting him? Fuck's sake. That was an atrocious carcass, but... Well, looks like we at least won against park geometry. What attempt number is this? It's just number 1. I mean, I wouldn't really call it an attempt per se. I'm not... Like, I'm trying to play quick, but I mean, I'm just trying to get my bearings again. Yeah, what's going on, Queen? Fuck. I really do think my sensitivity is just a tad high. If maybe it was a tad lower. Sometimes I feel like I'm just going a bit too far. Ooh, that was clean if not for the fact I lost all my stamina. Alright. Oh my gosh. Alright. Fuck, we're coming up with the lamp. The lamp jump is always such a fucking hassle. It's not helping I'm out of energy already. Oh, okay. Ah, brilliant. First try. You know what? I'll take that. That feels good. I'll take that. Let me think. Never seen this part of the game? Funny, I get it. Because I'm bad at the game. Nah, they're real entertaining. This gives me weird feelings. me both. What's going on, IDK? Get in there. Oh, we actually have to fuse slot 5 right now. Is the picture creating fire? This is a book. I just have a custom picture on it. But yes, it is shooting fire. And that's how you run out of energy. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, yeah. I don't care if I ran out of energy. It's good shit. You know, no matter how much pain this game ends up giving me, it really is still one of my favorites. It's so fucking good. Like, I mean, I guess that's what it... I mean, what else would that mean if I had not come back here as a sort of comfort game? I had a dream earlier today that I wrote the earlier dream I had today in my notes. Oh, that's pretty wacky. Oh, shit. This one area in the game here is I really like just because of how big the room is. It really allows you to stretch your legs and just fly. Even if it, you know, it cost me all my energy and I acknowledge that. But like, yeah. You ever dreamed of a job? I don't have to dream about it. I have the nightmare that is real life. So ready for a water glitch. Did that wrong, fuck. I need to remember which is the button order. I really don't feel like doing this again. And I missed a syringe. Oh well. I usually do. I did it in the wrong order. Fuck. Motherfucker. I forgot it was forward left. I need a... Yo, what's going on, Yara? Man. Just keep getting stuck on shit. Yeah, that's just what happens when you haven't played the game in a while, I suppose. Yeah, Hero was in chat the other day. Alright, it's forward left in that one. What is the order in this one? How's it going? It could be better, honestly, but... You know, it is what it is. I forgot it's the right one. Second. What are you playing? This is Cry of Fear. much health do I have? I don't think I survived the crater here. Barely. Honestly, I don't know why I still jumped, because it still would have killed me. And frankly, I threw there because the better place to use is syringes after the ladder coming up ahead. I should have just played like a hero instead of a zero. Sounds good. Thanks for stopping by, Yara. Hope your job goes well. Yeah, I threw big time. That was a lot of health, meaning a lot of energy I could have gotten back. Fuck, we don't need a syringe for a little while now. I think we switch back to the book. Because we have the scary guys coming up. But first we have these fans. You thought it said British? Oh. Probably be a much less popular modification if it was. You have a cat? Wow. Congrats. Speaking of cats, here's a dead cat. Alright, this is where we dropped the second time, isn't it? Don't know why I took out the syringe here. I'm full health. Jump to take away the stagger. Coming up. Almost forgot him for a second. Oh, fuck, I turned too soon. Should have grabbed that syringe, actually. I completely missed it. Do you think you'll beat the game as attempt? I mean, I'm not, like, explicitly speedrunning, that's why I don't have the timer up. I mean, realistically speaking, I'm gonna save during the parkour, and then even if I die, I'll just keep going, because I'm still trying to just get my bearings. And frankly, I kind of just want to have a good time with Cry of Fear right now, and I don't really want to break myself. Damn. Let's not get hit by that taller. I don't think I've ever gotten hit by that taller. I want to keep it that way, ideally. No, that's the wrong way. Slot 5. That's the wrong way. I don't think I've ever experienced a slowing from that. That's strange. Fuck, I almost forgot. It's water glitch time. There we are. Do I have enough health for this drop? Yeah, I definitely did. I don't remember any of my health ranges.
He always goes back to the same place day after day, just watching it like it was yesterday. Despite the fact that
I'm pretty sure we already... No, there's still one more drop that's worse than any of the ones we've done before. Because the worst drop in the game is the one near... It's after the parkour.
he doesn't respond well to questions about his personal life, and became extremely angry when I mentioned events prior, insisted describing it as the Black Day. His school and home life were no-go topics when discussing these feelings and anxieties. He told me the other day that he'd been seeing hallucinations, but couldn't give a clear description of what he'd been seeing. Naturally, I didn't take him seriously. I saw no evidence to suggest this was the case, but upped his prescription anyway. He claims the extra medication helps.
Alright, well, we can go. Actually, I don't have my book equipped. Give. Your house, so true. Hello. Oh, damn. You know what? That's free damage, though. I'll take that. All right. Up the stairs. Oh boy. He's not happy. Hey, knock it off. Holy shit. Are they data leaking? They might be. Yeah, no, I'm not. I wasn't fucking around there. I really don't feel like dying to Tollers again. Borderline the best part of the game right here. When you have just everything at your fingertips. There we go. Oh. Ooh. Oh shit. Ah, the other side. A classic. Alright, you're alive, aren't you? Hello. Was he standing in the air? Like above the shovel? This really is the most game of all time. Should we do my binds at some point? I'm low-key getting confused every once in a while. Where to even have my hands. No, you're good. Welcome in, Chris. Oh, we actually made it through the right side. Brilliant. I'm definitely gonna need to save here because I'm not up to fleek on my parkour. Ah, shit. Yeah, we're alive. Ah, fuck. It's a car. Wheelchair. Gun. Book. Damn, it was an otherwise really clean maze. At least for my standards. Knock it off. This is the wrong. Alright, we don't. I think we die here if we're not at full, effectively. Pushing really close. Yeah, I thought as much. What's scarier than the British? The French? Ugh, French.
Back to the train.
Sitting here like a fool.
Feels like it was just a few seconds ago I was traveling here. No, think straight. I got hit by a car, woke up, and these
Things have been trying to kill me since.
I mean,
What is actually happening with me?
Mom keeps telling me to get home. Why? How would
You know,
that resolve
I do
anything?
like, I'm sure this is just exactly what it is,
Didn't contact
but like, I like to believe that every text we get from our mom here is just an actual text we get
them.
during the time in which Simon is like completely and utterly put out of commission by
No,
the car,
seriously. Am
asking where he is, that his mother's worried they should come home, all the while he's crippled and crumpled in an alleyway by a
I
car.
doctor guy? Well, he is crazy, alright. But could he have done something to me? Seeing as he wears a gas mask. Or is all this just not,
It's not real.
I'm confused.
I'm
I'm just
very confused. It's just many questions, but no answers.
I'll see
what happens when I come home. Yeah, this cutscene can't be skipped by normal means. I technically could have skipped it in another way. Completely legal, but didn't feel like it, honestly. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, right, I didn't even see this guy. There we go. Oh, I don't have any syringes left? Oh, I guess that makes sense. Kinda sucks out how they use key for 3.
Shit. My back.
No, that's actually a myth. They're actually freedom fries. Uh-oh. Am I really fucking up the parkour? Dude, if I died on the train, I would have been actually so upset. I'm so fucking rusty.
Better than nothing, I do this.
Oh, I thought I went through the door. Damn. I'm fucking so bad at traversing the woods. Decent. Oh, I'm fucking this up so bad. You mean when I forget the body locations? Oh fuck, I didn't need to wait for that one. Did need to wait for that one. And now I'm fucking up this parkour. I fuck that up. Oh, fuck me. It's been so long since I've done this properly. Why am I not... I think I'm being impatient. I think I'm jumping far too soon. That's always been my problem, is I just don't have the timing exactly right. So Q, jump. Yeah. There we go. I could probably spend the whole stream just fucking dissecting this area. I've never been good at it, man. Mixed Twitch account cutely. Oh. Ah, there we go. Car. Wheelchair. Gun.
Oh, yeah. That's
Oh,
funny.
thanks for the follow. I assume that's you, Chris. Can't really see it right now, unfortunately, but I appreciate it. Ah, shit. So much cleaner before. Yeah, I need this. I should have used it before going through the door or the cutscene. Take it. Good. should be about full health. I don't know if I survived this. I don't. Didn't get any of that health before I cratered too. Fuck's sake. Can I continue watching here because I'm too lazy to do the phone number thing? Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just me, or is it the apartment part the worst part in the game? I mean, which apartment part do you mean? Do you mean the part near the... I assume you mean the one at the beginning in chapter 1. Or not. No, that's not chapter... It's chapter... I'm pretty sure it's still chapter 1. Yeah, it is. I assume you mean the one in chapter 1, not the one you come back to for the fuse. Bro thinks he's trapped in his head. Well, we all are if you think about it. What's going on, Kazu and Slevers? Am I right, lads, or am I right, lads? You are right, lads. Fuck. But yeah, no, the apartments is by far one of the worst areas in the game. He thinks he's trapped. Bro thinks, if only I didn't. But yeah, no, I think definitely when I started the game, I think the game just isn't entirely friendly to people who aren't completely familiar with it. Which, I mean, yeah, you could say that about any game. But I feel like the apartments and the fuse quests in particular, but especially the apartments, are incredibly anti-starter. Because I feel like you look at any, like, starter playthrough of Cry of Fear, and do you know how long they're stuck in the fucking apartment section because it's just a giant fucking maze? Like, it's insane. Like, once you learn how to, like, speedrun through that area, it's so much nicer. But, you know, yeah, because you don't have to play, like, 9/10 of it. You can get through what was, like, would be, like, 40 minutes or an hour on your first playthrough in about a minute. If that. No, I think about a minute's accurate. I guess it depends on just how you're timing it, whether you're timing it from the in-game timer from when you start or when you get into the apartments for the first time. Because it's from when you get into the apartments for the first time, it actually would be quite faster than a minute. Depending on how well you're able to handle it. You know, because like I was watching a playthrough recently by what was it, 8-Bit Ryan, and all I could think was like was watching him like drudge through the apartments. Was like, yeah, no, that area just sucks. And then I saw him get to the puzzle with the statues in the park. I keep forgetting this guy's here in the park, and I was just like, how? Or not like how, but like the puzzle park is just annoying. And then it's easy to forget, like, how easy it is to, like, feel like your inventory is full when you don't know what's required. Like, I remember, again, I was watching their playthrough, but I also remember my own playthrough where you're, like, just debating, like, what would be, you know, what you want to drop, because they give you, like, so many weapons in one burst towards the park section of the game. And it's like, well, oh, surely the Glock is weaker than the fucking sniper rifle, and surely it's weaker than this, you know, this fucking, the automatic pistol. Why would I want to keep the Glock? It's probably just a weaker weapon. When in reality, the Glock is easily the best weapon in the game, barring fucking game weapons you get from beating the game. Because there's so much ammo and the damage is even bad.
My back.
Not to mention it's generally pretty accurate. But they don't, it's not like it tells you that. You don't know that there are gonna be like areas coated in gunners which are gonna drop fucking mags constantly. Which I mean, of course, doing that will of course drop more Glocks, which will help in that sense, but you know, all that time you could have held just the Glock or something else, and now you have all these weapons in your inventory which you don't know if you want to get rid of, because like weapons like the shotgun, there's just like no fucking ammo for it as you progress in the game. Ay. Am I stuck? I'm actually fucking stuck. Dude. How the fuck do you get stuck? I've never once gotten stuck there. I've played this game for over 100 hours. I've never gotten stuck there. Fucking unreal. I mean, it's not like I'm necessarily trying to speedrun right now. I'm just trying to have like a good time. Like top 60 speedrunner gets fucked up by one cardboard box in a train. If that's even still true. This is terrible beat hopping. I'm well aware, but I'm just gonna keep going. Alright, I say we don't heal here. We can get through here without dying. Don't still have a syringe left later. We need to use one here. What? Oh, right, now I remember what I'm doing. I was looking for the door. So washed. Go. We actually still have one syringe left, so that's nice. Help us get through the train. And at least get into the forest with full health. There we go. Should have my book out so I can skip that bit of darkness. The wheelchair door from Cry of Fear? Oh my gosh, no way. But the wheelchair door doesn't come first. The car door comes first. How is this possible? You know, fun fact that Andreas doesn't want you to know. The reason that that's the window you can go through is because there's disabled signs next to it because this sign is disabled. I came too fast, I guess. Oof. Top 10 relatable moments in gaming. Let's just not get stuck this time. I feel like that's just not my regular route that I'm going. So I feel like I usually go on the right, but I've been going on the left for some reason. What does that even mean? Yeah, that's my regular route. True though? Oh. Damn it. Go, please. Thank you. Did I grab the stick? I didn't. Oh well.
Better than nothing, I guess.
There we go. Okay, you're just gonna save here. Oh, there you are. And past that one, you just look, you just stick to the left. Well, I remember. Except for there, you don't want to go hard left. Damn, lost my momentum. Shit. I should have died there.
Peter, the horse is here.
Down the stairs. So nice they could just run up these stairs. Like every other set in the game. Oh, Why is this what we're talking about? Huh? I don't understand. Come over here so we can talk. What do you want? You're crazy.
What the fuck do you want? You're crazy.
Come closer. I'm close enough. Come closer. I can't. There's a big fucking gate in the way.
Big fucking gate in the way.
That's why I want you to come closer. How? I have the key. I need a gun. You already have a gun. That guy you killed in the subway? Remember? Okay, so I butchered you a bit. I want a new gun.
Look, just open the gate, will you? I'm tired of all this.
Yeah, what's going on, Zavi?
I know. I have it already. Here. There's no ammo in it though. Now, give me the key. You crazy bastard! I'll kill you!
Find a phone number and key. It wouldn't get stuck if you started. Uh-huh. The timer? No, I'm just playing casually, honestly. I'm just trying to have a good time right now. Or, you know, ah, fuck, I just fucked up the number. Yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to do a casual playthrough a bit. I just felt like playing. Just in that sort of mood. Eight 729. Eight 729. 8729. I didn't equip this.
You're dead! You're so fucking dead!
Missed. Hold on. Time out. I miss the days when the cos speedrun community was active. Yeah. I'm pretty washed right now. I wish I was playing better, but it's been a while since I've played, so it's understandable that I'm kind of just dog shit. Really? You're spawning now, are you? I mean, it might not... I mean, for all intents and purposes, it also might just not help that the top two are so far away from each other. Or not from each other, but from everyone else. Because aren't Riggy and... gosh, was it Joa? Riggy and Joa who are just, like, far away from pretty much everyone else at this point? Like, by a magnitude of minutes. Not that that should kill any reason for any other people to try and reach it, but, like... Those two are far and away the best, and... As of now, there's no one speedrunning. Yeah. Well, I mean, it probably doesn't help that they were also grinding it for a long time, too. So, like, the top two speedrunners probably are tired of it, honestly. I know, obviously, DRSM is, you know, not doing it. He's kind of got his own things to do, so when pretty much the whole face of Cry of Fear speedrunning between DRSM and the two best speedrunners and Kaya Knight, none of them are doing runs. Then, I mean, the whole rest of the genre, if you want to put it that way, is kind of just going to fall apart, you know? At least until some new big revelation is found or people start coming back because they're not as tired of it anymore. Like if, you know, right now someone managed to, like, find out how to do water glitch, I could bet you money, like, every single one of them would be like, holy fuck. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't have, you know, innovation, you have stagnation, and when people aren't doing as well as they want to be, then you're just like, I don't want to be continuing to put time into this. I have things I could be doing better. Their house is pretty good. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Again, it's just the nature of any community when it comes to speedrunning. It just... You know, stagnation leads to, well, further stagnation. It's a momentum effect. I think it failed because of how tedious the game was, resetting thousands of times because the game is broken or bullshit glitches. Yeah, no, I fully agree with that. Like, hold on, we're about to hit the lake. I'll talk about it here. But like, my main, like, admittedly, I'm not great at Cry of Fear, and I'm well aware of that. I'm not going to try and act like I'm some top runner or something like that. But like, at least from my experience with speedrunning, between the game just not fucking working sometimes, which is already a big fucking deal for when you're trying to optimize a game, the fact that you could play perfectly, you could play hypothetically perfectly, and you can get to the end of the game, you can get to the final boss, and it just won't work. That's an issue. And that's not even the beginning of the issues, because there are so many. But I mean, I don't know, there's just a lot. Your movement needs to be insane. There was a time when I was resetting the game after 2 minutes of playing, it's like the AI kept breaking. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, technically speaking, I don't think there's technically any rule against, like, submitting a run with broken AI. But I mean, most of the time, if your AI goes bad, then by the time you do get to... let's say you were lucky enough to make it to Book Simon, yeah, then, like, by that time, you're going to be lucky if you don't lose that coin flip and you just can't fight him. But I mean, that's the thing though, I feel like if this game were just, if Andreas, like, I know he wants to work on other things, and I completely respect that. I wouldn't want to be, you know, just known for one thing I made ages ago either, per se. Like, if he were to just, like, make one last, like, update, come back and, like, you know, just try and squeak clean some of the worst, you know, worst aspects of the game, like, I think it could be fine, because, I mean, the game's still tedious, but, like, was allowed if it didn't make the game easy. But like, if you were to, like, make one last sweep of the game just to clear up some of the more bullshit aspects, Like, I think it could still be in a good spot, because honestly, like, if I'm... honestly, Cry Fear has some of the most fun movement that I can think of in games. Like, it's very simple. It's very deceptively simple. It's not too much different than fucking Half-Life. Also, I keep forgetting that I can't spam that. I'm not playing a game where it doesn't reset my mag. Like, if you were to come by and make one last pass, like, the movement's so nice. It really is. Not to mention the atmosphere and everything's perfect. I don't necessarily need a remake. But if you were to just, like... Oh, please don't drown! Please don't drown! Deep forest. I had full health too, I shouldn't have drowned there. It's been so long. No, you know, I'm fine with it. Would you rather be stuck in Cry Fear a month straight or play Roblox, steal a brain run? What the fuck is that? Why didn't you save? I don't know. Frankly, I mean... let's just chalk it up to a skill issue, honestly, because, I mean, frankly, I shouldn't have died there. Me and you both know it. I had a health total where, like, realistically, if I didn't get stuck on a lip there, I should have made it just fine. Like, I might not remember, I might be washed, but there are things I remember, and I remember that being at max health means you should be basically free to get through that water section. What's going on, Raph? No, no.
Peter, the horse is here.
I mean, it's not like it's too bad. The hospital isn't too long. The only thing that takes time in the hospital is just the fact that you have to go through the cutscenes. The hospital really isn't that bad. Yeah, like, between stuff like the water glitch and all that, there really are fun aspects of the game. Like, ignoring, like, just the fact that the atmosphere is brilliant, like, I want to come back to the game more, but between, like, frankly, skill issues and issues with the game, sometimes it's just more effort than it's worth to want to come back and do a stream where I'm just going to get fucked over, either by myself or the game. But I do still very much love it. Like, even as I'm playing, I have Cry of Fear music playing in the background. I just like it. I like your voice. Thanks, Horse Sense. I appreciate that. Nice voice. I can sleep now. Yeah, just remember DRSM is working on the follow-up of KOF speedrun history, so there's a possibility of a comeback. That'll be cool to see. Just you wait. Your man's gonna be... I can't wait for the part where he's like, and then out of nowhere, Jaded Shade came in and took the top spot in the Cry of Fear speedrun history. He was like, bang, bang, zoom. He was like, what the fuck is a riggy? That'll be cool to see, though. That's not up yet. I still have multiple Cry of Fear here, buddy. I still have multiple Cry of Fear videos I want to put out. It's just... videos are just a lot of effort, and new things always come up. And it's not like I don't like doing it, but, like... It just does take time. Because I'm just a bit of a perfectionist, and I want things to come out well. But, like, there are at least 2 videos I want to make. And one I've kind of started, but it's just a lot more work than anything else. Because the first one I want to do is I want to do like a supercut of my first playthrough, the streams I did for those. But that's like 11 plus hours of footage I need to go through and cut down. So there's that, which is the next video I want to work on. And then this other one that I've also been working on, and I'm sure I've mentioned this to you too, Volzoid, but I'm just going to talk about it. I've mentioned this multiple times, both to you, I'm sure, and DRSM. But between that and I also want to make a guide to the Nightmare difficulty and getting S rank. Because it's something like, it's something a lot of people almost stigmatize. Did I not drop the gun? No, there it is. It's by my foot. It's almost stigmatized in Cry of Fear for a lot of people just to be like, I don't want to waste my time with Nightmare because it's bullshit and unfun, and especially, yeah, there's no gun there. I pressed F3, didn't I? Make a guide, I'd be happy to give Nightmare Ring a try. It's honestly not as bad as like many people would put it out to be. Like it's, whenever I hear people talk about it, like whenever I've watched other Cry of Fear videos, they'll be like, you know, they'll make a joke about how like, or you'll be like, oh, and Simon's book, which you can get by downloading this funny file and putting it in your game because fuck Nightmare S rank. And honestly, it really isn't that bad. Like if it, there are multiple factors that it comes down to, but like if you, I think if you have the MP5, or like I have a specific save like list, so to speak. I have my own like way of doing it, so I'll kind of just explain it here because I have nothing better to talk about. But like, so my main like strategy per se was, because of the limited saves, is to say absolutely just fuck it in the early game, and instead of like saving, basically just saying, hey, the early game is it's not exactly hard, it's just tedious. So what I would do is, and I did this in my playthroughs of it, I believe on stream too, what I'd do is I'd completely put off saving. Because I wasn't interested in casual gameplay at the time and I just wanted to speedrun. Oh, that's completely fair. I mean, to an extent, I was interested in speedrunning too, because I did my first speedrunning time stream before getting the book. But I don't know, I guess it's just a part of me that like if I didn't get it myself, I wouldn't feel good about it. And I guess I just kind of want people to also have that feeling, so to speak. Because at the beginning, like, what, you need the camera, the axe, and then it depends on what you have unlocked. If you have the MP... Fuck, what's it called? Not the MP. If you have the FAMAS, then the FAMAS, but honestly, the MP5 works just as well, which you want to be using. So you just, you know, play through it normally at the beginning as if you were speedrunning, because you have to get that good time. And then once killing everything with the axe, ideally, because you want to lower the amount of hits you do. Do a Nightmare S rank speedrun guide. Oh, as far as a speedrun guide, I mean, the thing is, it already almost in and of itself is a speedrun due to it requiring you to have a minimum of below, what is it, 2.5 hours or something like that? Below 2 hours or something like that? It's been a while, but it is a low time. It's the same time for the camera. But it's like, you just use the MP5, like you gotta be perfect, like you gotta, it depends on what you're using here, because the thing is, you have to learn a lot about, the reason I recommend the MP5 or the FAMAS, mostly the FAMAS, 2 hours 30, thank you, is because despite them having recoil, if you can manage to tap fire, they have high amounts of bullets early on and high damage compared to other things. Well, actually the MP5, it doesn't do too much damage. I think it's actually just about the same as the Glock, but it's going to be shooting a whole hell of a lot faster than the Glock. So, you know, you just got to tap fire on the back of the SAR to kill him. You want to tap fire on his eye. You want to be real careful about it due to the weirdness of the hitboxes. But doing it just, if you do it just right and you hit all of your shots against the SAR, ideally, you should have enough bullets. And I've done the math on this. There are enough bullets in the mag for the MP5 to kill both the SAR and the carcass, as long as you're hitting your shots, which obviously you need to be doing anyway. But if you have the FMAS, that's not something you need to worry about as much, but obviously still hit your shots. And then those are the only two instances in which I use my gun prior to, honestly, prior to the doctor, I think. Because my first save is after the carcass, which might sound super late, but the thing is, like, the entire beginning of the game is not hard. It's just tedious and borderline RNG based.
There's no ammo in it, though.
I fucking missed it again. Whatever. Fucking whatever. I'm not going back again. How am I fucking this up?
Crazy bastard! I'll kill you!
Get distracted. Aye, aye, aye. But yeah, so you say the first save is as far as Carcass. The thing is, and I completely stand by this. Once you get the first save, you've basically won, in my opinion. That you've basically won your S rank nightmare, because if you can get through Carcass, that is the hardest portion of the game. Because everything else is way more, because you're covering the highest distance. Hold on. While also getting through all the bullshit. Because after Carcass, I think the next save I set is Parkour. And then after Parkour, you've basically beaten the game. I usually save number 5 for home, just in case the game glitches. And then 3 and 4, I usually put one before the doctor, I think. And I don't remember where the third one is. Yeah, you just gotta kind of space out the saves, but particularly, especially at the beginning, then you're kind of just fine. And since, you know, the secret... VI. And since the secret comes back, you can just use the book for basically the latter half of the game until you get to the doctor to deal damage. You thought you only had 2 saves? Nope. You can use all the saves. So the way oh shit, the way Nightmare, okay, so it phrases it weirdly. The requirements for Nightmare are a minimum of 5 saves, but that part is already moot due to the fact that you get only 5 saves via the cart or the cassette, so you actually don't have to worry about that. You know, the saves, it's not, you don't have to worry about the saves you'd put down, or the quantity of saves. You just have to worry about the quality, so to speak, which is why you need to make sure they're all in the right place, which is specifically why I recommend post, which I mean, even now that now that you know that you have more than 2 saves, I still fully recommend post Carcass. Yeah, it makes it so much easier. Like, I think first save post Carcass, I think Parkour, then it's either Train or Woods, and then definitely before the doctor, and then home. It's knowing that it's 5 is way easier. Yeah, the main difficulty in getting S rank is in getting the accuracy, because the time you should already know how to do if you've gotten the camera. Nice balls, thank you. If you know the time, you already know the time from the camera, so that already makes sense. The next requirement is syringes, which, just like saves, it's not 2 saves, it's 2 syringes you're thinking of. The syringes are something you also have to space out, and my personal guide for where to use the syringes on S rank Nightmare goes as the first syringe, I would say, is almost always going to be used post the first Nightmare section. I think You Will Die or whatever it's called, or the one right after fucking Mace, the Nightmare section with the hands under the ground and the grates. You basically have to use one after that because of all the damage you'll probably have taken from doing that. But if you can basically take no damage up to that point, realistically speaking, if you're going fast, you can get through that section without taking too much damage, and you can save your syringe for like post Carcass. That's probably the latest I'd recommend using the first one. And I think the second one I usually recommend, I think it's pre-Forest, because once you get pretty much like Train, and after that, I don't think you ever use a syringe in my, as far as my guide goes. Yeah, no, because there's not much damage you could be taking up to that point. Because, let me think. Again, it's been a while. There's not much damage you could be taking after that, because the woods are basically free, especially if you pick up the book, which there's no reason not to, because the book actually doesn't affect your accuracy, only hit scan weapons do. So you can use the book to kill everything that you want. So you can basically just use the book to clear the entire woods, so you don't have to risk doing the whole speedrun trick for the knife lady section where you have to jump and get her to cut the box down so you don't accidentally lose like half your health. So you basically get through the woods perfectly free. There's really not much damage you take in the hospital either until the doctor. And the thing is, there's a trick with the doctor, which I'm sure you may or may not know this, Volzoid, but I'm going to delve into it anyway. But there's a spot right in the back corner. There's a box. If you hide behind it, you can get a perfect angle to where he can't hit you, but you can hit him when he's in the back right corner. And so you kind of just got to sit there and wait for every time he peeks in that specific spot just to cap him, which means you'll be getting through the doctor damageless. So even that won't be a big deal. So you won't be taking damage there either. You didn't know that? Yeah, no. That's the only way. That is genuinely, I feel like, the only way you can get through the doctor without dying, because he does so much damage in nightmare difficulty that it's just unrealistic to do that without it. I mean, it'll take up more time than trying to play it, quote unquote, as intended. But the thing is, if I remember correctly, gosh, he takes like 8 plus. Gosh, how many shots does he take in Nightmare? I feel like it's 8, somewhere between 8 and like 15. It's not 15. He takes like a bit over a full mag, I think, but I don't remember exactly. You'll have to forgive me. It's been a while since I've done the number count on the doctor. But yeah, that's borderline the only way you can do it without dying, or at least losing all your health. And then after the doctor, it's pretty much free, honestly, because once you're past the doctor, it's oh no, I remembered where the fourth save is now. So the doctor is the first. Okay, now I remember my saves. Okay, now I'm remembering them now. First save is Carcass. Second save is Parkour. Third is Doctor. Realistically, yeah, no, third is Doctor. Fourth is Kirkville. Because after you get out of the sewers, which aren't a big deal, once you get into Kirkville, you're basically at the end of the game. But the big problem with Kirkville is that there are fucking gunners everywhere, and as you know, it's borderline RNG where they spawn you. So you have to kind of like, what's the word? You have to like peek every corner and flash with your camera so you don't get gunned down, because they will one shot you in Nightmares. I'm sure you're aware. And the thing is, you have to be, the gunners are incredibly dangerous for not just that reason, but if you're trying to boost your accuracy, which by this point in the game you should be, because now you should have a Glock going into Kirkville, you want to be very careful with killing frozen gunners, because if you shoot them after being frozen, due to the fact that this parkour is the section before the school, right? No, when I say parkour, I mean the Nightmare area right in the train station, right after you get both fuses, right before the train. That's what I mean by parkour. You're thinking the lamp parkour. Yeah, no, pretty much you have, the way I organize it is you basically have to do the whole fuse section in one shot. But since you're starting only as far back as Carcass, it's not too terrible. Because there's honestly not much damage potential in that section either, as long as you're being incredibly careful. Pretty much the whole Nightmare mode is centered around you flashing enemies around corners and knowing how to gimmick enemies, because that is, as I was trying to say before, and this applies to that section during the fuse area, is that the gunners, and particularly any enemy that shoots projectiles, but specifically the gunners and I guess is actually any ranged enemies. This applies specifically to the gunners and the strangers. If you kill gunners or strangers after you freeze them, particularly with a gun, they will still do damage before they die. So if you freeze a gunner and you shoot him in the head to try and up your accuracy, even though he'll have died, he will shoot a bullet right before he dies and either kill you in one hit or knock you down to like half or less of your health due to how much damage the gunners do. And the same thing applies to the strangers, is if you kill them while they're frozen with a gun, that is specifically, which is why I would recommend using your axe if you have it still, which you probably should, but I'm just speaking out of my ass here. The strangers will do the same thing, where they'll do like a whole shit ton of burst damage as they die via the telekinetic abilities they have. And so you want to be really careful about dealing with them that way. Which brings me back to Kirkville. Kirkville is basically your last. So up to this point, the only bullets you've shot are at the SAR, because of how long it takes if you're not using a gun. The Carcass, because it's borderline impossible if you're not using a gun anyway. The the Doctor, because you need to use a gun at the Doctor. So those are the 3 bosses. And the last place you want to be, now that you're in Kirkville, this is your chance to make up for any potential misses you might have had, particularly against the Carcass, who's a bit tougher to hit since he's at a distance. But this is your chance to make your accuracy better, because there are enemies fucking everywhere between the beds, the fucking gunners, the babies, and the slowers. So you want to mostly take Kirkville as if you're not too far behind, that is, in terms of time. If you want to take Kirkville as an opportunity to boost your accuracy, if you're not like fully confident that you've hit every fucking shot. So basically you want to like peek every corner, flash, and then shoot everything down as you can. Usually just finding the biggest part of their hitbox just so you're not missing. Usually I go for like their backs or something like that because usually their hitboxes aren't that weird, but it's Cry of Fear, so you know. And you'll start learning how many shots each enemy tends to take. I think slowers in Nightmare take about 7 bullets. I think the babies take about 4. I think the beds take maybe like 10 Glock shots. And when I say bullets, I'm specifically mentioning the Glock this far into the game, not like the Ruger. Because the thing is, oh, now that I remember, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure you use all of the Ruger ammo, most if not all of it, in the doctor fight because of how much health he has. But yeah, no, I'm talking about actually, even if you no. I don't think you do use all of it. I don't think you might just barely, but you're not going to bring the Ruger with you because you have to carry the cassette and your syringes and the Glock, so you're not going to have space for it. But yeah, so you'll start learning how many shots each one takes, so you'll understand immediately if you miss. Like I said, the slower takes 7, the fucking babies take 4, the beds take like 10 or something like that. So for the most part, you'll be pretty decent at that point as long as you are understanding how many shots each one's take and not taking too hard of risks. But sometimes, and also not shooting the gunners. It's either you can shoot the gunners, but if you do, you have to make sure you're kind of peeking behind a corner because, and that's a strategy I actually learned along my way is, like for example, and I'll use this specific location as an example, but in the train station, you know, there are all those pillars in there. And when you're going through that, there are the gunners at one point. So what you can do is after flashing them is you can hide behind one of the pillars and peek as little as you can out behind the corner, put a bullet in the gunner's head, and despite the fact that you did something technically wrong by shooting the gunner when he was frozen and he still shoots the shot, they're not going to be perfectly accurate and hit you because you're behind a surface. So you won't get hit, but you'll still be able to up your accuracy and kill the enemy at the same time. And so that's what you want to be doing to the gunners in particular during Kirkville, is hiding behind corners as best you can and popping their heads off so you can get more Glock ammo and use it for more accuracy. Because at this point in the game, and you're well aware of this, you're all well aware of this, is that at this point in the game, the ammo doesn't really necessarily matter, especially since you still have the camera. Oh, wait, the camera. Right, that's one of the items you have going into Kirkville. I'm blanking. But yeah, but since you still have the camera, though, is, well, speaking of which, the camera, right. I keep remembering things as I go. You'll have to forgive me for kind of bouncing around. But something specific you need to remember is that so due to the fact that you're going to the doctor fight with about 4 items, especially when you need to also grab the key, what you need to do in going into the doctor fight, or at least going into the room for the fight, is you need to drop the camera at the door once you've entered. Because if you don't do that, you will lose the camera. And obviously you need the spots open for their guns. So you need to drop the camera inside the boss room so you can grab it again after the boss fight and still have it going into Kirkville, because otherwise you just won't have the camera. And if you don't have the camera going into Kirkville, you're just kind of fucked. Yeah, so getting back to Kirkville, as I kind of said, it's pretty much just free as long as you're freezing everything in like as best you can and remembering not to shoot the gunners in the heads. Kirkville's basically free. And then after Kirkville's obviously Book Simon, and Book Simon himself, since you're going to be saving realistically, at least if you're using my same order, you're going to be saving right directly before Book Simon. So even if you fuck up for some reason, you still have the load to come back on. So Book Simon is again going to be free, and that pretty much covers the entire run more or less, and the most grandiose and the most simple way to put it. That pretty much everything, this long story short, pretty much everything past Carcass isn't too bad. It's more just you're just gonna have problems before then, because Carcass, that whole area up to Carcass can be rough just due to how tedious it is and needing to focus a lot on aim to keep your S rank up. But yeah, notes taken. We'll be giving it a try soon. Yeah, feel free to. That's just my general knowledge on S-Rank Nightmare, and again, that's still, I'm pretty washed at the game, so I might be forgetting some important stuff, but for the most part, I think that's most of the important stuff. Basically, just use your camera, use your melee whenever you can. The book doesn't count for accuracy. Oh, This is another thing I almost forgot, and I'm going to mention this now. Also, am I really tired, or were you not scheduled to stream Cry Fear today? I was scheduled to do Minecraft, but honestly, I just wasn't feeling it, so I chose to do Cry of Fear. But yeah, so something I almost forgot. So if you ever have the thought to if you ever have the thought of like, hey, the Saw Runner. The Saw Runner is a bulky enemy that I can flash with the camera and I can fill with bullets. Surely that is a good idea, so I can pump my numbers so high that I can, you know, no matter how many bullets I put into the Saw Runner, I will have a high enough I'll put enough bullets into the Saw Runner to the point where no matter how much I miss, I will have I'll still have a high percentage even if I miss. You were AFK on the server for about 6-7 hours today. I saw that. Yeah. But yeah. So the thing with the Saw Runner is that the Saw Runner, presumably due to the nature of them not technically being designed as an enemy you're meant to combat, actually do not count towards your accuracy. So if you, when you're dealing with the seal, just so you never like have the idea of like, hey, let's boost my accuracy by, you know, using the tanky enemy to like absorb like 12 mags of Glock bullets. Yeah, don't do that. The Saw Runner does not count towards accuracy at all. So if you unload all your mags on the Saw Runner, you're actually going to do worse than you would if you would just completely leave him alone or flash him. Sounds good. See you later, Jay. Have a nice night. Alright. That should more or less be everything that I remember. Again, at least that I remember. The Saw Runner is just important to take seriously. No, so I'm gonna load. I really want the Ruger. It's been long enough that I haven't done it recently. Since I've been kind of on a nightmare tirade. Yeah, it's really not that bad. Again, the hardest part is just getting through Carcass. Once you're through Carcass, it's honestly just free due to how quote-unquote frequently you can save. Because, again, the fuses aren't bad, what is it? Fuses aren't bad, and that's pretty much right after Carcass. Then you save at Parkour, which is directly after fuses. From Parkour to, you know, Doctor isn't terrible. It's pretty short, all things considered. So...
Peter, the horse is here.
Hey, Nala. Yeah. I think that's generally everything. The one thing that is nice... Oh, yeah, I remember now. So I noted earlier about, you know, your inventory space going into Doctor. I noted syringe, gun, camera or something like that, but I completely forgot that you're not going to be carrying syringes realistically at that point because you're probably going to have used your last syringe well before the Doctor. So you're not gonna. There's no reason to pick up any more syringes past that point since you can only use 2. So going into the Doctor, I think you want your inventory to be Glock, Ruger, not syringe, Glock, Ruger, camera, not camera, Glock, Ruger. What was the third one? I remember. Oh, the Glock, Ruger cassette. You either want to drop your cassette or your camera when going into the Doctor, because otherwise you won't be able to carry the other one. And as I said before, when I say before the Doctor, I mean like right at the opening to the door. As in on the inside, because the whole map resets outside of the Doctor room. So if you don't do it on the inside, they'll disappear. So that's the way you keep both your cassette and your camera. That's what it was. Now I remember. Playing FNAF World? Nice. Hope you're having fun. I'm just gonna save here because I don't want to fuck this up again. As fun as steamrolling all the enemies could be? Yeah, that's fair. You're crazy.
I'm close enough. I can't. There's a big fucking gate in the way.
It is honestly kind of worrying that my knowledge on nightmare mode probably surpasses many people's, including some of the better runners. Even though I'm not, again, I'm not all that good at the game, but so many people completely just brush off nightmare mode as just a bullshit thing you need to do to unlock the ability to speedrun, so to speak. That you can just skip, that having to actually do it really teaches you a lot about it.
I have it already.
Which is frankly just why no one else has up to this point made any sort of like proper guide for it. Because no one really cares. Dude, hold on, okay, hold on, let me load my fucking game. It's in slot 3. I've literally never fucked this up. How?
What the fuck do you want? You're crazy. I'm close enough. I can't. There's a big fucking gate in the way.
How? I need a gun. You got a gun. The subway, the guy you shot, remember? Just open the gate, will you? In the bowling alley. You know, it's a good thing this takes place in Simon's like book and mind, because otherwise this whole sequence with the doctor makes no fucking sense.
There. There's no ammo in it though. Now, give me the key.
What the fuck is going on? Am I doing it too soon after they hear or too late? I'm confusing myself now.
What the fuck do you want? You're crazy. I'm close enough. I can't. There's a big fucking
Gate in the way. That guy, wait, the guy you shot, remember?
Look, just open the gate, will you? I'm tired of all this.
Get it for me, now.
I know. I have it already.
It's mine.
Here. There's no ammo in it, though.
Dude, what? I swear, I remember this. I fucking remember this. Kyanite, my literal father told me. Way too early, is it? I swear, God, I swear I remember it was like right as the here ends.
You're crazy.
Or is it after, is it like a second after the here?
I'm close enough. I can't. There's a big fucking gate in the way.
Do you have the binds? No, I do. I'm just fucking out of my mind right now. Just before he gives the gun? I've always centered it around the here, cause that's what I heard from, that's what I read, or saw from Kyanite's video. Sometimes it just deletes it for no reason. I don't think it's that, I'm just doing it wrong.
Just open the gate, will you? I'm tired of all this. I know. I have it already.
Yeah, no, believe me, I already have all the binds. despite how badly I'm playing, if you'd believe it. If you'd believe it, I'm technically... if last I checked, I do it when he grabs the gun. Well, there it goes. I always just centered it, like, right after the here. For some reason, I guess I've just been doing it too early. I don't know why. I guess I forgot about the space between the here. I just remembered the here and nothing else. Because, I mean, believe it or not, unless the times have changed much, which I can't imagine they have based on how dead the community is right now. Last I checked, I'm a top 60 speedrunner of this game. Which, I mean, you could debate doesn't mean much when there's only like 100 some speedruns, but you know what, I'll take that percentile. I used to be top 50, so whatever. Can I open the door? Holy shit. I can't believe he would shoot Simon Henriksen, Cry of Fear. He's so mean. Guys, can we cancel Dr. Purnell? I used to rule the world. When I used to rule the world. I hear Jackie Chan singing, oh, I'm a whooshin' day do. Don't know why I thought of the meme version. That was when I ruled the land. Gotta go now, see ya? Alrighty, sounds good. Thanks for being here, Volzoid. VI. VI is 517 3979. CL_FOV. 3739. 3739. There you are.
You're dead. You're so fucking dead.
There we go.
Simon, the pills by itself won't make you feel better. You have to do something more than that. I recommend that you try a new modern treatment called cognitive therapy.
What's that?
Well, it's a set of exercises you do, a way to forget the past, all the bad memories and anxiety you have. Are you interested in books?
Fuck is a book?
Why?
Alright. I just wanted to find out. Because I want you to try out something. I want you to write a book about how you feel.
How you feel?
Do you think you can do that?
I guess so. I can try.
Bro's dead. Do I want to stim here? I definitely do. Alright, let's get back to the sewers. I need to stim before then so I don't drown. Such a nice part of the game. There we go. Just gonna save. Get some health back. Water glitch is gone, right? Go. AI's fucked. Oh, right, I get full stamina back. Oh, I fucking forgot. There we go.
Finally home. I hope Mom's okay. Mom? Mom! Where are you?
Go. Here we are. I forgot he appeared there. That's not good. He's gonna have a lot of health left. There we go. Finally.
I stopped myself from doing it. From committing suicide. But it didn't only leave me alive. It also left 2 police officers dead. I shot them both. This was not supposed to happen. Doctors
Cry of fear moment.
that I was having a psychosis. Which means that my punishment won't be too hard for me to bear. I have to spend the rest of my life in a mental hospital where nurses and doctors are taking care of me. They let me finish my book, and it has helped me
89%.
a lot. I wrote a happy ending just for myself.
Let me hear that music.
I feel better now. I am more at peace with myself, even though I'm still stuck in this wheelchair.
So good.
But
Same dude. Same annoying elf. Same.
I can never forgive myself for shooting those 2 officers, though. But
I just saw the title.
restored peace.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's what you're referring to.
I
Yeah,
can
really.
feel
Aren't we all?
Dr. Purnell is mentoring me and is watching
Time
me
taken
progress. I'm
147.
lucky to have him.
Really? I mean, I
So
guess that
visits
checks
me
out.
every once in
Checking
a
out.
while.
Cutting out all
The doctors
pauses
say
and
that
skips.
They still think her
Oh, it was fun for what it was. It was nice to come back and play this again, honestly. I need to play it more, but it's always such a hassle in its own cruel but wonderful way, honestly. With that being said though, it's about 1:30, so I think I'm probably gonna call it here. There's not much more I'm gonna try and do tonight. So, if anyone is still here, I do appreciate you for sticking around, or for those of you who might have just joined, I'm so sorry, but that's kind of just what it is, unfortunately. Hope you have a nice night. Did the creator get arrested for grooming minors? No, I don't think he's gotten arrested. I think there's been a lot of things talked about him doing some stuff, but no, there is something going on with Rumpel, yeah, but I don't think he got arrested. I haven't been keeping up on it, honestly. You'd have to check into that, but I mean, separate the art from the artist. You just gotta do that. Neither. Yeah, I don't think they're arrested, but I think there is some stuff going on with that. But I haven't really kept on top of it. It doesn't really affect my love for Cry of Fear and its music, even if he's a little strange himself. Which, I mean, yeah. Shame we won't get the remaster. Yeah, it is a shame. There are definitely positives and negatives to a remaster, in my opinion. Like, so much of the atmosphere is predicated on just how dated the game looks. But at the same time, I think it would very much, like, I don't know how much a remaster would change, but assuming it was like a complete repolishing of the game, you'd get good stuff such as fixing the fact that Cry of Fear as is barely fucking runs and is held together by duct tape, glue, chewed gum, and dreams. But then you also lose some of the fun stuff probably that comes out of the Half-Life original Gold Source engine, like the bee hopping. The way it works here, I can't assume it would work the same way unless it was used out of like the Source engine or specifically designed to do that. And that's only if he intended to make it that way, which I don't know if he would. Half-Life 2 brings out that Silent 2 aesthetics. Yeah, it should work well. I believe, yeah, I mean, I'd love to see it. I mean, regardless of whether or not it topped to this version, I'd still love to see a remake just to be able to experience and feel how it is, even if it doesn't necessarily speedrun as well. Though if I'm being real, it'd probably be more fun to speedrun depending on the amount of glitches that are left in. Because they're the good ones and they're the ones that cause the game to just not fucking function, unfortunately. And even then, there are just a lot of things that, I don't know, backwards b-hop. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to backwards b-hop through, can't wait to backwards b-hop through the fucking, what is it? The fuse section. Just b-hop it out of my head. But yeah, I could definitely see positive and negatives to it. It would just it'd depend on how they did it, which I mean, I don't know. Honestly, as opposed to a remaster, like, again, I don't know if he'll ever come back to this game, because, I mean, obviously, you don't ever want to be just pigeonholed into one thing, but I mean, if he ever did come back to working on anything for Cry of Fear, more than a remake, I honestly just want the bad stuff polished out of this version. Like, make the game more stable, if possible, and that's all you have to do. The fact that the enemy AI is so fucking broken, and the fact that if you don't download like an external patch to keep the game from crashing when you go through doors sometimes, is unfucking real. It is unreal. And probably due to newer OSs. I mean, probably to an extent, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna act like I know too much about it, but I mean, a problem is a problem. Deus Ex plays way better in XP. I mean, yeah, I'm sure Cry of Fear would probably run better on old stuff, but I mean, it doesn't change that it shouldn't be fixed, per se. Or that it should be fixed. I mean, granted, it's not like it's a game you have to pay for, so, you know, you could always make the excuse of, well, I mean, he has no legal or any other obligation to come back and fix it if he doesn't want to. I mean, outside of the MP5, which is strictly already labeled as a donation, there's no monetization of Cry of Fear, like, at all. So it's not like he has any real reason to if he doesn't want to, but I'm surprised there's no community patch. If I remember correctly, I think it's just because Cry of Fear is really fucking weird to work with due to it being a weird half crossbreed or like modification of Gold Source, which only Andreas really has full access to as far as I'm aware. Which is why stuff like even the, what is it? The fucking, what's it called? Mad Simon, like the Mad Simon patch where it shows all your information, like your speed and all that. Like, like the whole stamina portion of it just doesn't fucking work. And I don't think it ever has, as far as I know, just because it's such a fucking... Not only is it just a problem to work with in general due to how weird everything is, but it's also just the fact that it's also just not a massive community per se. So between a small community and a game that's hard to understand, no one really has much motivation to come back and work on it outside of the diehard like cult fan base that exists for Cry of Fear. Because you're never gonna see, like, for the most part, like, you're never gonna see a lot of people talking about it. You'll see it every once in a while. Someone will be like, "This is the greatest horror game ever made, and it's free," as like a tagline for like a video or stream or something they'll make or something like that. But that's all they'll really delve into as far as Cry of Fear goes. Which I'm not necessarily saying that everyone needs to like go like neck deep in the Cry of Fear like game, but because I mean at the end of the day it is a horror game. If you don't have any interest in the speedrunning portion of it, there really isn't too much motivation to come back to it if you're not someone who just really enjoys the game. For the time, it was a fun horror experience, even better than some actual releases at the time. Oh yeah, I mean, frankly, this is my first like proper horror game I've ever played. Like, you know, when I was a kid or whatever, or when I was younger, I played like FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's, but this was like my first proper horror experience, I'd say, outside of quote unquote that, if you want to even call that. And like, it was like, but there were some questionable decisions. I mean, some of it, which was obviously just due to its age, but it's still brilliant. Are you ready for the true horror? Oh boy, am I? FNAF released 12 years ago? Don't fucking remind me. Yeah. Scarier than the games they've been putting out recently. But yeah, no, Cry of Fear, I said it earlier, but if they just brushed up some of the like the major issues, I think it would still be a brilliant, it would make it just all the better. Because the fact, and there are just inherent issues with, and I think this is something that the potential remake could have remedied, is I think one of the biggest problems that Cry of Fear has is, again, due to the age, and especially the age of Andreas when he made it, is just how lost you can get very easily. Like the very first area the very first major area you're thrown into in Cry of Fear is the apartments, and that place is a fucking maze, and it barely tells you what to do. Like, if you don't know that you have to actively use keys, you have to actively use keys, which if you don't know that, that's a problem. The gun, like, you gotta figure out how to dual wield, you gotta, you know, figure out how to use iron sights on the gun, which is middle click instead of right click, like most modern games. Fucking, then you have to, like, travel around the whole apartment base in a weird order, like, twice. Reminds me of the games, like, Trocken for the SNES. Well, that's the thing, like, it really is just designed like an area, like, of an older game, because everything, like, in an aesthetic point of view, it's brilliant because because it is, like, if you look at the actual pictures that Andreas uses reference, it's actually just spot fucking on what he did with the apartments. But that's the problem. He made an apartment complex. He didn't make a video game level. Stressing complex. Because, like, if your first time through Cry of Fear, you're gonna take maybe like an hour or so to get through the apartments, because you have to find your way through, get all the keys, you have to make your way to the basement, you have to find the cassette tape, then you have to figure out where to put the cassette tape, because if you didn't, you know, notice the TV with the cassette player, you're just fucked. You have to go through, like, borderline the whole apartment complex again to figure out where it could be if you don't know off the top of your head. And then you gotta go downstairs, and then get this, and then they gotta go downstairs and then fight the Tsar, a boss who doesn't fucking take damage unless you shoot the eye on the back of his back that you would just never would know is there. And it's like an old Zelda dungeon. Halo 3 designers went through the same stuff remodeling entire sections because even if they look good, they played bad. That's the thing. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, if you were to do a remake, you would need to like put like yellow paint everywhere with big fucking arrows telling you where to go. But like, if you just streamlined the whole like string of areas where you need to go, maybe like cut out some of the rooms or something like that, or maybe added some more identifiable landmarks, like, you know, besides just trash, like, you know, maybe some corpses or something like that, or blah blah blah, just something that would fit the aesthetic of the game to make some places more notable, to make you think, oh, this is, or at least even if it doesn't tell you that you need to go in that direction, at least make it so you remember the landmarks of the area, because there are very few rooms that are explicitly important in the apartments, and you have to remember where they fucking are. And again, and I said this before, but then you go down to the SAR. Can I have my cracker with a side of yellow paint? Aye, aye, aye. And then you go down to the SAR, who, thing is, like, it's not intuitive, because you go down the stairs, you're given like 3 fucking Glock mags, and who knows how many bullets you have left. You're still figuring out the game. You walk into this fight with the SAR, and then you see him smash the pipe to close the door. And this is an example I'm using actually from the 8-Bit Ryan playthrough I watched recently. It's too fast paced for the story, stuff like the apartments, which worked well in Silent Hill 2 because you run at 10 kilometers per hour. Yeah, like too enclosed. Oh, it's so enclosed. It's very cramped. Like, and this is what happened in the 8-Bit Ryan playthrough. Is he got to the SAR and he saw the SAR like break the pipe with a chainsaw, and his first thought was like, oh, do I need to, like, he broke the pipe in the cutscene, so do I need to like lead him into the walls to break more pipes and they like do damage to him? And like, no. I mean, like, funnily enough, that's closer to what you have to do with Mace, but that's not how you do SAR at all. And if you don't know that he has the eye on his back when you knock him down, you're always going to be wasting ammo, because you're probably going to put like half a mag into him before he falls. And then your first thing is he's going to fall down, and after you realize, oh, he doesn't take damage, but he just fell, the first thing you think of is not, I'm going to go around to his back. Your first thought is going to be, I should hit him in the head while he's downed, and it's going to still do no damage, and you're just going to be like, what are you going to do? If I was just terrible at the game, exactly. Like, you don't know damage. It's actually just more efficient to use the knife to quickly just slash him down, and then go around to his back and then unload your mag on his back to tear off like half his health bar. But if you don't know that he plays like a fucking Zelda boss, what are you supposed to do? And then you get to Mace, which, like, there's no real hint about what you're supposed to do with Mace. Like, the pipes are there, but if you don't think about, like, the fact that if you don't assume that if you assume they're just like scenery or something like that for the sewers area, you might not first go to them. You might not go to the pipes, and you might think, oh, maybe this one I shoot. No, because that's the thing. The first 2 bosses they throw your direction are not bosses that take damage. They're complete and utter gimmicks. They're puzzles. It's not until you get to Carcass where you take, you know, you can actually shoot them. But even then, Carcass is also a boss you can just straight up skip, and it gives you the option to, which if you accidentally run away, or you just choose to run away for whatever reason, if you find that option, especially if you don't have ammo or whatever like that, then you don't even have to deal with that boss. You know what's going on, Dipsy Gaming? So you have the issue of the first 2 bosses in the game are completely invincible and don't tell you how to fight them. The third boss isn't completely invincible, but is very fucking bulky, has projectiles, and what is it? And you can just straight up skip it, even on accident. I skipped it on accident my first way. That's what kind of turned me off from Majora's Mask 3D, the freedom of fighting your bosses your way. That was in the original. Yeah, because they like very much streamlined how to fight the bosses in that game. Yeah, and then after Carcass, you don't fight another boss after Carcass until what? The Doctor? And that's, so if, for all intents and purposes, you could play the entire game up to the Doctor and never fight a boss, like anything with a health bar, that requires you to shoot them. So if you don't do that and you get to the Doctor, which you have to fight the Doctor regardless, it is not an option whether you give him the gun or not. You're just in for a world of pain. And if you... And then after... And then there's the whole Simon fight, or Book Simon, or whichever way you go. Which, those are much more well developed, but positive feedback from the game would help boss fights so much. Yeah, they're... Like, if... The thing is, like, if it was made more aware, like, during the cutscene, like, let me actually I might have to watch the cutscene back, but when you fight Sar, like, do they show the eye on the back when he's running at you? Because I don't think they do, or at least even if they do, I feel like in the base game, if you aren't playing like a fucking speedrunner where everything is full bright, you're probably not gonna see it. I feel like that what they should have. I don't think so. That's what I thought. Like, I feel like all Andreas had to do was like focus, like keep the camera focused for another second on the SAR's back to like maybe focus on the eye, maybe have it blink or something like that, and you think, oh, there's an eye on his back. And then when you start shooting and realize it doesn't do damage, you're like, okay, so now that he's fallen, oh, he's got an eye on his back. What if I go back there and now shoot the eye? I mean, honestly, a journal page could work too, but I think a journal page, I guess it depends on how you want to do it, because a journal page is, you can miss it, so it depends on whether you want to make... The thing is, it's not like it's a secret way to beat the boss. If it was like a secret way to beat the boss, like instantly or something like that, I think I'd agree with that idea more so, because you can hypothetically skip that. You can't, if you just focused on the eye for a second in the cutscene, you can't skip that. Or at least, you know, unless you skip the cutscene, but realistically, no one's gonna know how to skip the cutscene the first time playing, and they won't. So if it was like, you know, shoot the eye and kill the boss instantly, and they put that on like a little picture, maybe like hidden somewhere, I think that's perfectly fine, because now you're giving the people who are observant a more efficient way of killing the boss. That should not be the factor when it's telling you the only way to combat the boss. Maybe make the eye animated once he's down. Well, the thing is, that's just an inherent problem. Well, no, I mean, that wouldn't necessarily work either, because the problem is, it'll make it a bit more obvious, but the inherent issue is that if you're standing directly in front of the SAR once he's downed, which realistically he will be, because you'll be back pacing and he'll be running at you, when he gets down, you're gonna be looking at him straight on, so you will not see the eye realistically. I mean, I don't disagree with the idea of making it blink or something like that to make it a bit more obvious, but if you're not standing at like his side, you're not gonna see that. Which is why I think the little cutscene, like focus like for one more second on the eye, maybe have it blink there, just to show it's there, and like attract your eyes towards the movement, just to tell you, oh, there's something back there I should be paying attention to. Because otherwise, why would you assume? Why would you assume that? I mean, it's a bit of I'll 100% admit it's a nitpick, but like, if we're talking about like actual game design, it does not give you any information. Makes the eyes go into REM sleep type of movements. Well, exactly. That's all you need to do, because the cutscene is something that everyone will see. Well, you don't even need to make it like, yeah, make it obvious. I get what you're trying to say, because that's something everyone's gonna see. Like, you know, maybe change, or like either have it focus on the eye for a second on his back, or if you really wanted to change the cutscene, maybe have it so like, you know, I don't know, like the eye, he breaks the pipe, and then, or maybe he breaks the pipe, and then, you know, he falls because some steam blew on him, and then Simon sees that the eye opens on his back, and now, you know, now that Simon sees that, you process, oh, his eye's on his back, that opens when he takes damage. Yo, what's going on, Cheaty Bearman? Like Goma and Ocarina of Time, you'll have to look at the eye to start the boss fight. Well, I mean, the difference between that and Goma Goma and Sar is that Goma is borderline just an eye. Like, that's the thing is that Sar is very much designed like the modern Ocarina, or the 3D Majora's Mask bosses, like you mentioned, in that it just puts an eye somewhere as a weakness just because it feels like it. Just finished playing Minecraft for like 12 hours. I saw that. I hope you got a lot done. Hope it went well. I think that's all you have to do. Like, just focus on the eye a bit longer. And then, is that it's not thematic of something? What, the eyes in Majora's Mask? I mean, I honestly don't know. Got back from work, listening to this guy's yapping about Cry of Fears music to my ears for some reason. What's going on, Captain Bretta's? Me and 500 were base building and upgrading some stuff. Ah, yeah, Queen. Yeah, I saw that. You guys were on there for a while. Hold on, actually. Oh, Cry of Fear? What you mean? What's not thematic of that? Hold on. Let me actually... What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute this. Since we're just talking, I'm gonna put up a... I'm just gonna do a little something. Grab that. Where is it? Ah. There we go. That's not capturing it. There we go. What is audio? Default. Oh, that's input. Let me mute that. Alright. Just figuring some things out. Just give me a minute. Audio. There we go. Alright, so the music should be playing. Sorry about that. I just wanted to pull some music up besides just a Cry of Fear menu. Let me bring my chat back up. There we go. Sorry about that. Alright, is it not thematic in Cry of Fear? I don't think so. I mean, I haven't looked into, we got to the corner of the world? Hell yeah. Yeah, I haven't, let me actually look it up. Like, I know people have, like, dissected the meaning of, like, every enemy in Cry of Fear. But I don't remember if the SAR, at least the eye specifically of the SAR, had any implication to it other than just being a fucking boss gimmick. Cry of Fear, SAR. Grabbed a camel from a village? Nice. He's a considerably tall skeletal creature wearing a chainsaw, wielding a chainsaw he's named after. Has multiple pins protruding from his head and body. What's going on, T800? Relevance to Simon. Czar could represent Simon's fear of being persistently chased by his inner demons, pushing him to the edge. It might also represent the sadistic child abuser that lived in the apartment building. The way Czar kills Simon by slicing with the waist might represent how Simon's legs are cut off from the rest of his body, as to the fact that he can't use them anymore. I mean, so none of this really goes on about the eye. None of this says anything about the eye. Czar is immune to all forms of damage Simon can inflict on him for most of the battle, with his only one weak spot being a closed eye protruding from his upper back. The only way to reveal the eye is to damage him until he finally wears down and falls to one knee to rest. The eye will then open and Simon may attack it for a few seconds before the Czar stands up once more and resumes the chase. Once defeated, Czar will succumb to the pain, fall to his knees, and decapitate himself with his own chainsaw, finishing the chapter. So I mean, it just seems like they're, at least according to based on what the community knows, it doesn't seem like there's any relevance to the fact that he has an eye on his back. It seems like it's just supposed to be designed as a pain in the ass boss gimmick that doesn't get explained. There's nothing here. A Cry of Fear. Why does the Czar have an eye on his back? Can't get past Czar. Yeah, I know nothing about it. Shame, there's quite a bit of good symbolism, but also this. And the thing is, like, the boss itself has good symbolism, but like the actual mechanic of defeating it has no seeming relevance. Like, it doesn't make sense. Fries of Fear, so true. What's going on, Ethan? Yeah, so it doesn't seem like there's any relevance to the eye. I mean, I don't... Let me actually read this again. Cry of Fear Czar. Could represent Simon's fear of being persistently chased by his inner demons, pushing him to the edge. Chased by his inner demons, pushing him to the edge. How does that relate to sight from behind? I mean, the thing is, you could ask the same. Let me actually look this up for Mace too, because like, I mean, Mace's at least isn't. Here we go, Mace. Mace hits with the impact force of a car, in which. There's no fucking way that the first thing they try to use as the first contrast they draw between the Mace and Simon's life is the fact that he hits hard like a car. Ain't no fucking way. Mace Windu. Mace hits with the impact force of a car. Have we confirmed this? In addition, Mace is bandaged, walks with difficulty, and has a shuffling gait and looks deformed and matches Simon's inner feeling of being broken. I guess? But I mean, most bosses are pretty deformed or broken. I feel like that feels like such a very thin relevance. A very... I don't think they fully thought that one through. What's this game about? So that depends. Do you want me to give like the whole the whole story, or do you want to like experience the game for yourself, which I recommend? Because I mean, if you want to experience it for yourself, I won't go in full detail, but if you don't really care about actually playing it, I'll go ahead and tell you what's actually going on in the game. Yeah, so Mace, they just fucking made up the Mace relevance. I don't... Mace hits with the impact force of a car. Probably won't play. Alright, so I'll go ahead and explain it. So, you play as a young man named Simon Henriksen. It's just bad interpretation. It's barely interpretation in the first place. Car strength. You know, most enemies in this game can't walk and look like they've been mangled. Yeah, so you play as Simon Henriksen, a young man, a young Swedish man who one night finds a man on the ground who's yelling for help. Simon goes to try and help him, and he ends up getting hit by a car. We don't really know the reason why, but my personal headcanon is that he got in the middle of some sort of... It was either some sort of setup, or he got in the middle of some sort of gang type of warfare, where, you know, this guy was attacked and, you know, the car was trying to finish him off and Simon got, you know, caught up in it. But that's not here nor there. That's not technically canon. That's just my own headcanon. But so after getting hit by the car, Simon becomes entirely crippled from the waist down and ends up in a wheelchair. Wrong place, wrong time type of deal? Yeah, it's never really explained unless you take ending 4 as canon, which... Or not ending 4, ending 5 as canon, which I believe is non-canon, so... General Grievous. But yeah, so after being completely crippled, Simon goes to a doctor named Dr. Purnell, who recommends to Simon to try and express himself and make himself feel better by expressing himself through writing a book. And so the game that we play is experienced through Simon's writings in his book. So everything we do in the game is in Simon's book as he writes it. So everything technically in the game doesn't happen until the end, where depending on which ending you do, which you either mentally choose to trust Purnell or not trust him, or, you know, trust his friend Sophie or not trust his friend Sophie, so to speak. And depending on which one your choices you make, you get one of like 4 endings. If you trust no one, Simon kills himself, and then you experience his own death through his book self strangling his real self to death through gameplay. In that first ending, he also ends up killing both Dr. Purnell and Sophie. In the other 2 endings, you trust one or the other, where Simon kills one or the other depending on who they trust, as well as ending his own life. And in ending 4, it's actually different, where Simon chooses to trust both. And instead of playing as Book Simon, as you've been playing through the entire game, to fight a real Simon at the end, you play as the real Simon going up against, like, in the mental battle against the Book Simon, where he wins and ends up not ending his own life, but in a fit of psychosis accidentally kills 2 policemen who were presumably called there due to a disturbance or something like that. And Simon ends up being brought to court over it because he killed 2 police officers, and he's let off easy due to the fact that it was a fit of psychosis. But as far as easy goes, he's forced to live in a mental ward for the rest of his life. But he, at the very least, has gotten over... He's getting better mentally. He's working his way through it by working with Sophie, working with the doctor to slowly and steadily become more mentally better than what he once was, so he doesn't ever find himself in that dark place again, even though he's still kind of locked up. Who wrote this? Their name is Andreas Ronberg. Also, what's going on, Nikoi? Thanks for the compliments on the voice. Sounds like a banger. Oh, I quite appreciate it. I think it's very good. And there's a lot more depth to it, or there's a lot of depth, other deep or depth parts to it, where like you can interpret every enemy as to what they might mean in relevance to Simon as a person, which is fascinating. And I don't know, it's just so good. There's just, I don't know. There's so much depth to the game, like, despite the fact... I just cried from fear, whoa. Despite the fact that the game itself is honestly pretty unstable, being honest, it's brilliant. I haven't seen many games where it's like a book. Didn't know Cry of Fear is that deep. Oh yeah, no, 100%. It's very focused on the mental sickness, where Simon himself is a victim of self-hatred, self-hatred to the point of self-harm. Like, I mean, I'll boot it up real quick, but like, let's boot up home. I'll bring it to the home here at the end of the game. If you go to heal yourself, you could see his wrists are covered in like slash marks. He's been going out of his way to harm himself. Have you finished Silent Hill 2? I have not. I haven't actually played Silent Hill 2, but I'm well aware of it's an important inspiration. And so this here is actually the 4th ending. So currently I'm playing as Book Simon. You can tell because I'm wearing a gray hoodie. So I'm playing as Book Simon. That is the Simon that is living within the world that Simon has effectively created by writing the book that Dr. Purnell told him to. And by entering this room over here, we enter into the final sequence of the game for ending 4, that is. And then one of 2 things happen at this point. I come late, I have no idea what's happening, but I'm staying. Feel free. And so what happens at this point is we see a vision now of real Simon in his apartment finishing writing the book, and he has a gun in his hand. And one of 2 things can happen. He either puts the gun in his mouth and blows his own brains out, or he mentally goes up against the Book Simon, who we were just playing as. A blind playthrough in 2025 would be a novelty. I mean, I definitely want to at some point. And so now we're playing as the real Simon within the confines of his mind. So now we have to chase after basically his own self-hatred. In this nightmare sequence. Stuck in a wheelchair because the real Simon is of course crippled after being hit by a car. And we just have to go up against what we've been playing the whole game. We switch roles, and now Book Simon has all the weapons we had. But it's still our duty to try and take him down. And save ourselves. And of course, the movement's not easy, but it's not meant to be easy. It's very much meant to simulate the actual struggle of being in a wheelchair, so to speak. It's not, I mean, it's not easy to move. It's very much like tank controls almost. Someone kills himself being one of the best endings is kind of crazy. Yeah. I'm forever bounded to a chair. I mean, that's really just what it is. There we go. That's a crazy ending for most people, to be honest. I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, if you don't specifically make the right choices, like, 3 out of the 4 endings are the ending where Simon ends his own life. Do you not get spoiled? Oh, I have no idea what goes on in that game. And so now that we're here at the end of the corridor, we defeat him. Hold on, let me turn off fast. When was it made? This was like 2000, like what? I don't fucking know the year off the top of my head. I'll let you guys listen to the dialogue though. Hold on, I just realized the game audio isn't playing because I muted it. Because we were listening to music, I forgot. Hold on, let me bump back into it. You'll have to forgive me on that one. Tell you what, I'll just reload the final boss and we'll just play it again. It's not like it takes long. Alright, so the game audio should actually be playing now. I feel like I'm being spoiled, something I never even knew existed. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is, for all intents I mean, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, this is a spoiler. This is the end of the game for ending 4. And I went out of my way to explain the first 3 endings already. Get me out of here. The game isn't visible? Hush, my child. I fixed it. Now there's in gameplay, I fixed it, don't worry. I forgot to press the button again. If you go all the way down, you end up with a Bible or something. Well, let's do this section again. This section actually gives you enough bullets to where you could just unload on him. Just reload after each time, because it's a pain to reload since you only have one hand available when you're moving. Since, you know, wheelchair. By going through inspirations? Ah. Oh, yeah, okay, I just didn't see the first chat. I get what you mean. What game is this? This is Cry of Fear. Here, and if you guys are interested, I can show you ending like 1 or 2 or 3. I mean, they're all the same, but I can load them up. I also have to look up the map name for them, because I only ever use the map names for the speedrun route, which is always ending 4. Alright, let's let you listen to the dialogue here.
I stopped myself from doing it. From committing suicide. But it didn't only leave me alive. It also left 2 police officers dead. I killed them. Shot them both. This was not supposed to happen. Doctors testified that I was having a psychosis, which means that my punishment won't be too hard for me to bear. I have to spend the rest of my life in a mental hospital, where nurses and doctors are taking care of me. They let me finish my book, and it has helped me a lot. I wrote a happy ending, just for myself. I feel better now. I am more at peace with myself, even though I'm still stuck in this wheelchair. But I accept that now. I can never forgive myself for shooting those two officers, though. But I have so many supportive people around me now, so I think I will be okay. Dr. Purnell is mentoring me and is watching my progress. I'm lucky to have him. Sophie visits me every once in a while. When the doctors let her, that is. They still think her visits are too destabilizing for me and that it hinders my progress. I keep on telling her how sorry I am for making her life miserable every time she's here. She just laughs a bit and tells me to stop being so silly. But I can see the damage I've done to her in her eyes every time she looks at me. She found a new friend, one who is there for her and treats her right. I'm happy for her, though I'll miss the good moments we've had, knowing that they'll never come back. I think this is a good time to close this book. It has changed my life forever. The end.
That's ending 4. Ryder was going through it to write this. What was Ryder going through to write this? He was depressed himself. That's him right there, Andreas Roenberg. Who's that? Who Andreas Roenberg is actually like the face of Simon as well. He's not the voice. The voice is what's his name? Is it Stig something? Stigston Hansen or something like that. They're gonna show him in a second. Yeah, there he is. No, that's Jordy. Where's Stig? Show me the Stig. There's the Stig. That's the voice. Let me go back to the main menu. Alright, let me see if I can't find this. Am I doing this wrong? Oh. Yeah, there we are. See, start, subtunnel roofs. Yeah, what's going on, Law Handsome? There we are. C ending 1. C ending 1.bsp. Loading. Gosh, what was the command? Was it map? There we are.
Mom? Mom! Where are you?
Alright.
Mom!
Alright, so this is
Mom!
ending 1. Am I able to... I don't have any guns on me. Am I able to... do I get them through? I don't remember how this ending entirely goes. Show me the stick. chapter 8. I should probably... I think I can do this without guns. This is the part where he kills you. Is that I think that's death. That's the wrong way. I feel high as hell. That's ending 1 through 3 for you. I don't think I can go up that. Oh, that's death. Okay, I don't remember which way to go from here. Was it left? Do I just need to jump? Maybe, do I have to go up? Do I have to scale that? I don't do this ending like ever, so... Yeah, no, it's definitely not this way. What's going on, Tom? Hi, Tom. Oh wait, I see it. Do I have to jump over there? Yeah! You're good? That's good. Yeah, so as you can see, this is mildly different than ending 4. Always good to see someone who plays Cough. Yeah, I'm just kind of... I just did another playthrough earlier just because I felt like it, but I've been just kind of talking about Cry of Fear in general as well as the differences between the endings, so I wanted to come back to ending 1, show it off. So honestly, it's been a while since I've gotten a bad ending. Jump. Jump. Holy fuck, are we first trying the books? Oh, let's go. I first tried the books. Books suck. Took me so long to do that in my first playthrough. Isn't there a save somewhere up here? I swear there was. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so keep in mind, guys, so in this ending you see... Oh, you can't see my hands, actually. So you can see I have the gray hoodie, so right now I'm playing as a Book Simon. The one with the orange hoodie was real Simon. Wait, can I even do this? If I don't have a weapon? I was thinking about it, but... I'm pretty sure you still need to kill the guys with the cranks on their heads. He's not trapped, he's protected. Does he use his attacks when these guys are out? Because if he doesn't, I don't have any other weapon on me since I just loaded into the save. Oh, well. Oh, they killed the one with the crank. Okay, so it is possible. Just gotta get them to kill the one with the valve. Normally you'd have guns in this section, but like I said, since we loaded into a map, we didn't get any weapons. I don't think there is. There aren't really any cheats for this game. Damn it. Damn it, damn it. I don't think I could win this, actually. I don't I just had the knife on me. Nope, the valve's dead. Wait, I can punch now. Damn it. Fuck, that hit me directly. This is the last set of them, but I'm gimping. And I'm dead. Okay, low-key, I think I could beat this. Hold on. Stop it. You can do this, nice voice. Let's go. Alright, so if I just don't equip the stims immediately, I should be able to just punch them. Because you can't punch when you have the stims in your hand. Damn it. I just gotta let them damage each other until there's one left. Alright. Got a little hasty. I need to regen stamina. Damn it. Alright, he's dead. Damn. Alright, you know what? Still more health than I would have had if I didn't. Q is a bit strange for dash, but this is 2012. Actually, I rebound it to Q. The defaults are the default dodge button is Alt. Q is just a lot easier to hit, which is the same reason I use it. I use the same bind in Ultra Kill. Honestly, Alt isn't bad as long as you still have your. I use Alt frequently whenever I'm trying to B-hop or like crouch B-hop, because it's closer to control. Right now my space is bound to dodge. My space and QR. Alright. Damn it. Okay, I took a hit there. Gotta slow down and let them start swinging, or else they're not gonna do damage to each other. That's 3. That's 2. That's 1. Alright. Oh shit, I walked right into that, damn it. I don't know the attacks for this fight very well, because I don't do the bad ending very often. Oh, this is bad, I'm getting weak. Nope, nope. Have to heal. Should be valve number 3, so I think we should be good. We just tank this one. I beat the Elite Four champion in Soul Silver, and I have to get 2 cockroaches with the vacuum cleaner. Oh, jeez. Oop, he's dead. Yeah, I could just tank those. Damn. Oh, this should be the last valve. Yeah, no, we got this. See, this would be a lot easier if I had guns, but oh well. Valve's dead. Alright. Here we go. Remember, this is the real Simon in the wheelchair.
Dear diary, this is it. I have ended my miserable
Let's go.
life. I couldn't take this shit anymore. Being trapped in a wheelchair for the rest of my damn life is just not worth it. The surgeons told me everything would be okay. They gave me hope. Only to crush it under the soles of their feet and watch me destroy myself. They lied to me! They didn't know what it felt like! I thought I could handle my emotions, control them, contain them, prove them all wrong.
That's Sophie, the girl he was talking about the other ending.
I let it slip through my fingers, out of my grip. It poisoned me. It clouded my mind. They didn't know anything. They only feel the cold touch of their knives. They gave me antidepressants. It helped me think clearly, to see things through. I took a couple of extra pills this afternoon. They showed me what I had to do in this short moment of clarity. They showed me that there was no one and nothing worth living for! They showed me how fake Sophie and my doctor were. How they were laughing at me behind their masks when I wasn't looking. Laughing at me, my legs, thinking that they are so good, that they're better than me, pretending that they care about me. It's all bullshit! The pills showed me the truth today. They always did. They opened my eyes. They gave me wisdom, and I acted upon it. So, I had to kill Sophie and my doctor, my mentor, my counselor. I had to take them down with me. They're not laughing anymore. Oh, I wish I could have taken everybody with me. But unfortunately, my situation makes that impossible. To whoever is reading this, I hope my dead body will haunt you forever. Have fun scraping my brains off the wall. Fuck you!
That's ending 1. So you could say it's a tad different than ending 4, I think. Fuck you! That's not... I did not laugh when he said, fuck you! So British, he's not even British, he's Swedish. Simon says, fuck. Simon doesn't say slurs. But yeah. And of course, you know, ending 2 and 3 have the same end result, but the whole final text and, you know, who dies is different. Like if you choose to kill the boss known as the Carcass, then you save Sophie from dying. And if you choose to trust the doctor, you save him from dying. I say save them as if you don't personally kill them. But is that TF2 Pyro? I think that's probably the guy who voice acted Dr. Purnell, if I had to guess. Wore a gas mask to look like Dr. Purnell. I must have missed a lot in 2.5 hours. Well, we finished ending 4 and then we just went over for ending 1 just to show everyone what was going on. I'm gonna head off for night, have fun. Sounds good. Missed everything too? I mean, hey. It happens. I mean, there are plenty of other... If you're interested in seeing my first playthrough of it, there you can check out the playlist on my channel. I think it's just called Cry of Fear VODs. There's one for the speedrun attempts and there's one for the playthrough, so if you want to see my blind reaction to playing through for my first time, you can check that out. Obviously it's not live, but hey, if you're interested in the game and you're interested in me, then that's something to go check out. Especially if you want to see like the detailed things of what happens. Instantly subscribed when he was yapping. One next game or stream. The next stream is gonna be tomorrow. I'm going to be starting up Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. I have a general schedule of what I do. So what I generally stream every day of the week unless I'm just tired. But usually Monday is TF2 MVM. Tuesday's kind of weird right now because I was playing Portal mods, but I've ran out of them, so I'm gonna have to look for more. So Tuesday's in kind of an open spot right now. Wednesday it is set for, gosh, what is on Wednesdays again? Wednesday is The Binding of Isaac. Thursday is Half-Life 2, which we're going to finish up. Then we're going to go into episode 1 and all that. Which, mind you, I've played them before, but I'm playing them again to have a fun time. So, if you still want to see that, that's Thursdays. Fridays, right now, of course, today's Friday. Friday is kind of also in an open spot. Sometimes Minecraft, sometimes I can just do what I want. Saturdays... Oh, I mean, we're back to Saturdays, so yeah. But usually I try and have the same things every day of the week, just kind of rotate, you know, per week. So I'm doing one different thing every day, just to keep it interesting for myself and the audience. So that's how that goes. So, I think with that being said, that's probably where I'm gonna call it for the night, honestly. I mean, frankly, I stayed on for an hour longer than I thought I would, just because I started rambling about Cry of Fear. I really do love this game. It really is just so good. I mean, though I have showed off the endings, it still is very much worth playing. Just make sure you don't burn yourself out. You can always throw a fun game you like once in a while. I mean, that's the thing though. That's the slight beauty of it, is that, so I used to do like one game almost consistently whenever I was into it. Like I used to do like The Binding of Isaac whenever I streamed, or I'd do Cry of Fear whenever I streamed, and that did burn me out. And that's specifically why I have a different game every day. So even if, you know, let's say I'm tired of one game, it doesn't allow me to get tired of a game because I'm playing something different every day. I mean, obviously, if I can throw stuff in, whatever I want, my schedules aren't concrete, even if I put them up on images on the posts. But like, that's just the beauty of doing something different every day. So I don't have to. Rest yourself, much appreciated. So before I end off, if you guys haven't already and you're still here, I would appreciate a like or subscribe if you feel like being so generous. There's also the people on Twitch. If you're over there, if there is anyone over there, then consider leaving a follow. That'd be very epic. If you are interested in, let me turn this off real quick. If you're interested in getting notifications when I do go live, you can join the Discord at the link that I'll be putting in chat on YouTube. I can try doing it again on Twitch. Last time it didn't work, so if it doesn't work, then you can find the Discord link over on this about section of my profile if you want to get notifications whenever I go live, blah blah blah. And I think that'll generally be it. So with that being said, I have been Jaded Shade, for better or for worse. And yeah, y'all have a nice night, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, and maybe I'll see you again. Take care.